Hello there, and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft HardRock. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Never mind that back there. I misclicked with my fire starter. So I've been doing quite a lot of work inside today. I've been prepping resources, because I think today I want to get the windmill up and running. So, been reading through the engineer's manual a fair bit, specifically refreshing myself with power, wires, and generators, all this stuff here. Mind you, I haven't really used in immersive engineering since, if I had to guess, what was the mod pack called? Feed the Beast Ultimate. Yeah, that was back in 2012. So, there's a lot to I was going to say remember, but remember is not a word. So, we've got this box here. I was just putting together all the bits we're going to need to build all the different parts. We've got everything we need to make the electric motor. I still have to put together the copper spool and the capacitor, but we've got all of that ready. And that's this stuff down here, along with the mechanical crafter. I've got everything we need to make the kinetic dynamo, which is going to require more spools. It's going to require a iron mechanical component, which we could either make with the engineer's workbench or the recipe sequence. And the recipe sequence is actually cheaper. So we're going to go with the sequence, because that substitutes 1 copper ingot for 2 raw iron ingots. Then we're going to need to make some LV wire relays, some connectors. We're going to need to make wires. I've got everything I need now to make the engineer wire cutters, which meant we needed to make wire cutter heads, which is just a raw iron ingot in an anvil. So we've got that ready. So that's almost everything. I also put together some of these. If we make another set of bricks, if I do it properly here, we get bricks. We can then wrap those around a piece of wax, beeswax, and that makes the sealed bricks. We then use these sealed bricks to make our cellar. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Gonna make a nice big cellar. We're gonna move most of our food items in there so they last longer, especially now that it's summer, well, spring. Of course, food doesn't rot quicker in spring in this game like it does in Vintage Story. So either way, if I remember to grab these, what we need to do is also make a door. That's just 3 brass rods and 3 sealed bricks to make the sealed door. And of course, you need a door to get into the cellar. You need either a door or trapdoor to make it a valid structure. We're also going to need to make one other thing, the climate control station. I forgot about this. That's going to take mechanism. We've got some wood. We got some blue stained glass. I'm going to need to make some. I need to make regular panes. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm going to make Tinker's Construct, because it looks like we're going to need Tinker's Construct in order to make glass panes. Because it does not look like... Yeah, that only takes blue stained, and I cannot use the primitive glass. Nope. So, I am going to have to actually go make some Tinker's Construct stuff. That's not too bad. So, we're going to need to make this climate control station, and it's also going to require a stone pump, stone vent. Okay. By the way, I didn't realize there was a lot more stuff in the advanced chimneys than just these chimneys. And so we're going to be making some more of those to actually make our forge room and also our kitchen use these chimneys so we can actually funnel around the pollution better. So going to work on that in a little bit. But then once we get this, you need the climate control station to make the cellar function as a multi-block. So I've actually got a bit more work to do. I thought I had just about everything. Turns out I don't have anything at all. But I did fix Blaze Map. This chunk up here, well, this map chunk up here broke. And so every time I opened Blaze Map, the game crashed. The way you fix that is to go into your game files. You know, I might just throw a little tutorial up on screen in a moment, but you have to go into your Blaze Map folder, which is in your save folder, and just delete any pictures that don't render. I'll show you what I mean in a bit. But if we go all the way over here, this is all basalt. So the water here has basalt gravel, and we need the basalt gravel to make the grout, so I'm going on a little adventure. Alright, well, I'll be back, hopefully with gravel, in not too long. See you then. And we got a little bit of an update for you guys. I got myself a villager. Found him when I was out getting the gravel, and I don't think he passed villager trading school. Yeah, he's giving me gems for literal dirt, and he'll give me diamonds for sand. So, not the brightest, but you know what? I think what we'll do is, in the near or semi-near future, build him a little house slash shop out here. Or maybe over here. You get the idea. He'll have his own little annex. He won't be able to get out. That way he stays safe, but he'll have his own little house. I need to make a bunch of stuff. I made the basin, which we needed. I made the whisk. I'm in the process of making... I should have... Yeah, okay, I left it when I left. We got andesite now, so we can make the gearbox. We need the andesite to make andesite casing to make the gearbox, so we can make the mechanical mixer, which we then need to make the grout. I have just about everything in here for the grout. We're gonna need more fire clay, but we don't need that much right now, so I can make do with not using all of this, because I was doing a little research. Again, it's been a long time since I played Tinker's Construct. So what we need is the seared melter and a seared heater. Heater is the fuel source. Melter is where you got melt stuff in it. We're then going to need well, this says a faucet. Actually, you know what? We might not be able to use the faucet. We might need the channel. We might need a channel. We might need the faucet. So let's bookmark that also. They're not that expensive. We're going to need the casting table. It's not that bad. The heater, well, that requires a blast furnace. Blast furnace requires 10 ingots of steel, which means I need to make more steel, and a fluid outlet. This requires a metal barrel, and I gotta click it with a hammer, and the metal barrel takes 8 ingots of cast iron. No, sorry, wrought iron. I was reading the tooltip where it says 400 mil buckets of cast iron. We need 8 ingots of wrought iron to make this. And then we also need the seared melter. The seared melter needs a heat sink. And this is where it gets fun. So the iron bars we can make on an anvil from an iron sheet. No big deal. Gold. Likewise, melt down a little bit of gold, cast it out, hammer into a sheet. Easy. Compressed iron sheets. So we need 8 ingots worth of compressed iron. Well, how you get the compressed iron? Well, the compressed iron sheet comes from a double ingot. Okay, naturally. How you get the double ingot? Well, you either need the pressure chamber from, I believe this is Complementary Shaders. Yep. That's a pain in the butt, and we're nowhere close to making it. Okay, we can weld it. That's good. How do we get this? Oh, right. We either need a pressure chamber, or we need explosives. I need TNT. What you do is you throw the ingot on the ground, you light the TNT, you run away, and you wait for it to explode. And it will not destroy the iron, it'll convert it over into the compressed iron. And I just had a brainstorm as I was saying this. We have all that dust that we are generating from grinding. And in fact, I'm producing a whole ton right now because I just went and mined up a absolute ton of iron so I can make all this. So, actually, we might be able to use the explosions from the pollution to get this done. If that's true, that's going to make my life so much easier because I don't have to worry about making gunpowder. But we're going to need more raw iron. I do have a bit more bloom here that I can work down. We're going to need to make a bit more steel. I am, of course, almost out of iron over here. That's why I went and mined up a whole ton. Oh, and our trees are growing. It's looking beautiful in here. I am very happy. We are also overwhelmed with tortoises, but such is our life. I'm happy with it. I love turtles and tortoises by extension. And yeah, we got a lot of dust in there. I did move the torch down It used to be up here. It is now all the way down there, which means that the explosion should happen down there. And I shouldn't take damage up here, nor should any items I put on this trapdoor wash. Until we move it, of course. But yes, we've got quite a bit of iron that we're processing through, so we should be good on that. I haven't made anything in here except for the engineer's wire, but I can make these quickly to show you how they do it, how they work. We just take all the copper ingots, toss it in there. The rolling mill will convert it into the copper rods. This will, of course, take a couple minute or two. What we can then do is put our spool. We have to do it one at a time. And either spool works, but you put it on there, and then you give the deployer the copper wires, and it will apply to the spool until it is full. Of course, we need to make the copper wires by putting the copper rods back through the rolling mill. There we go. So that's 2 wire. We need 4. Let's give it that. 1, 2, 3. And I need to speed up this process so much. 4. There we go. We got our first copper spool. And this is what we need. We need 3 of those to make the electric motor, and we need 5 to make the dynamo. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And might as well do this quickly also. We need copper, zinc, redstone torch, capacitor, and we're going to need the capacitor also for the electric motor. Raw iron ingot. I forgot to bring that over here. Okay. Alright, well, that's a bit of an update, I guess. Oh, actually, one more update. I did replace all the floors in here with sandstone. This is just temporary while I'm working underneath. Because sandstone's not affected by gravity. If we leave the sandstone, we don't have to worry about, you know, everything caving in on us as we're working. So I'm going to be lowering this down, but it's literally hollow underneath it. So it's going to... Well, these are hardened stones. They won't collapse. But yeah, we're going for a giant hole here. And what I'm thinking is we'll put the top of our cellar here. And then we'll continue digging down further to get to the bottom of the cellar. And I'll give this a nice wall wrapping around to about here. And I think I'm going to use the glass that we're going to be making in a little bit. Put a glass window that looks down into the canyon below us here. Maybe think about making glass blocks too. I'll be able to once we have the smeltery done, or the melter done. And put a glass floor so you can look down, but then we won't be able to have the cellar right over the glass floor. Maybe we can do one of those things where the glass sticks out. Yeah, that's an idea. Not necessarily a good idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. And yep, that's our little update for now. We've got a lot of busy work to do. It's not exactly entertaining to watch. The time of year is just ticking by so fast. I think I left off last episode on like, I guess it was still technically winter. It's like the last day of winter, and now we're over. Actually, well, okay, it depends on when they actually have winter and whatnot start. Because you know, last day of winter is March 21st in real life. I don't know if it's March 1st in TerraFirmaCraft. I think it is. I'd have to check. Either way, it has been many hours and many in-game days with very little to show for my progress because it's all just busy work. So I was reminded of a feature in TerraFirmaCraft the hard way. If you go over this spot here or over that spot there in the process of working an anvil, You destroyed the item being worked. I accidentally destroyed 8 ingots of raw iron earlier today. But steel's done. Just did 16 ingots. 12 ingots. Turn them into pig iron and then turn them into steel. So that should be all the steel we need. We've got the raw iron we need. We just had the explosion we needed, but we weren't there for. So we missed that one for now. Let's grab this. So we can do that. That. There we go. That gets us our whisk or mechanical mixer that we needed. So we can make the grout. This is heavy too, right? Yeah, this is huge and heavy. So we can't carry this and the basin at the same time. I'll just bring it over here for now. Oh, that's got the cogwheel thing on it, doesn't it? Right? Yes. Okay. Which means we can't plug it in the way we have this plugged in. We're going to need to plug it in back there where I have my oxygen tank or air tank. There. No, get back here. You're my only piece of armor right now. I can't have you flowing down the river. Okay, so everything just all the dust just went up, so we don't have any dust available to us. So we might have to wait a little bit for the iron. But I do have it on me, so we're going to go and see if we can't do that next. While I'm over here, I might as well grab... We'll figure out how much grout we need to make. So the grout... This recipe makes 4, and 4 is enough to make 8 seared bricks. So each of these makes 2 seared bricks. Right. We need 7, 8, 9, 10. If we make one of these also, that brings us up to 15. The seared smelter needs additional 10. That's 25. The melter requires additional 8. So let's say we need 30. Well, let's do 32. We're going to want 8 crafts of each of these. Yes. Now here's the thing. This accepts any gravel, but this takes basalt. So I want to make sure if I toss in the basalt, I toss the basalt in last. So I don't end up using 2 basalt for 1 recipe, you know? Put the mixer there. Hanging over the edge, because that makes sense. Grab this. No clue if there's enough stress to power all this at once. Okay, so we need to speed this up. Well, that was good. 32 times, by the way. Grab one of these. Grab one of these. So we're going to want to shift the gears ratio. So right now we have it going into a small gear. We want to attach the large gear on top of the small gear. We're probably going to want to remove... I need my stuff first. Now you see why... And now you see why I can't keep any levels. So, do you know what just happened? Because I do. I picked up my items, and the torches went into my main hand, my first slot. And because I was in the dust, it all exploded on us. Okay, take 2. Let's try this again. Or is this technically take 3? Because I've died twice now in the process of going down here. There we go. Now, let's do what I was just saying before I detonated myself yet again. Just remove that one there. We're going to remove this and... Ow. Don't want that floating away on me. Hey, free dinner. Who needs to fish with a fishing rod when the fish will just jump onto the shore for you? So we want to put that there. And that there. That speeds it up by a 2-to-1. So if this is moving at 16, this is now moving at 32. Because it's got half the gears. So it's a 2-to-1 gear ratio. So we can now attach that there. Put that. That's one too far down. Oh my gosh, it's running away on me again. Not enough speed again. Okay. Should have looked at that before I Okay, see, here's the problem. Now it's flowing away from me. And it's going out to the sea. If I don't catch it. Oh, and now I got nausea. Whew. Okay. We're going to try the gear thing again. Remember, this is only the temporary setup. Once we have it over here, we can actually make a sequenced gear shift, which will allow us to increase the gear ratio without having to actually do all of this, or we can make the mechanical... No, the speed controller, right? Yes, the rotational speed controller, which will allow you to manually assign what ratio you want it spinning at, so you don't have to do this. That goes there. That goes... Not like that. That goes there. Okay. We can then now come up again. And then back into a small gear there. And then if we put this there, and put this there, yay! Now it's actually spinning at the right speed. See? First time every time. Let's grab one of those, two of those, one of those, and... Well, we're only going to want one for now. Only doing one just to make sure this all works. And because we have the depot there, completely unintentional, it will automatically output right there. Yes. So, now that I know that works, we can grab everything else. We want to throw everything but the basalt gravel in first. We're going to do this one at a time, so it doesn't accidentally use the basalt gravel, two basalt gravel at once in one recipe. Not that the basalt gravel is hard to get. It's just, it would be a nuisance if we mess it up and we have to go grab the more basalt to make it work again. Now that that's done, let's... How much dust do we have? Well, we've got enough. It's not like it matters if I have levels in this anyway. Let's toss that on the ground. And toss one of those over there. Boy, that ringing in your ear really just goes on forever, doesn't it? So, if that destroyed the iron, it's a nuisance, but it's not really a big loss. We got extra. But if it worked, I'm not seeing the iron. Okay, iron was destroyed. We got to do it the TNT way, but was worth testing at the very least. Means I need to go weld 2 more raw iron ingots together. We're like 25 minutes into this episode. I promised a windmill, and we have distinct lacking of windmills. So let's fix that. Alright, so first we need to put our copper ingot there and our sheet here. All right. Then pick that up and place that. And it will very slowly bonk that. I can pick that back up. Put that on wrong. Okay. Two of those. Pick that back up. This goes back down. Eventually put that on wrong again. Okay. 100% of the time we put it on wrong every time. Brass mechanism. And this should complete the iron mechanical component. Okay, this part is much easier. Treated wood plank, which you get just by combining 4 treated... Okay, I was thinking, why is that barrel? You get that by combining 4 treated wood. You get the treated wood by soaking it in a barrel with creosote oil. And then we apply the 5 coils. And when it's done, this will now become copper coil block. There we go. Grab these from here. Do that. And that's our kinetic dynamo. We still need to make the electric motor, but that can wait a minute. So, let's test out the windmill first. Before I worry about putting it all the way up at the top of the world or whatnot, let's put that there. I have no way of seeing what power it's outputting right now, so that's worth noting. Pick this up, and I can't see the... Oh, okay, well now it shows that there is power, but I don't actually see the windmill block. Okay, let's quickly make ourselves the sail and see if that will make it actually visible. Or maybe I have to relog. Okay, that gives us a windmill sail. Hopefully we only need one. Okay, that's just not showing up, so let's log and see if that works. Nope, that did not help. So it's not rendering and it's not producing power. And the sail I applied appears to be gone, unless it's permanently applied to the actual windmill. Well, okay, that's unfortunate, because I don't know where to go from there. If we grab a bit of copper, let's grab some of this too, because we need to make a relay. Okay, let's go make the relay. See if pulling power out will make it render. I mean, it's worth a shot. Okay, let's try this. I want 2 in there. So that gives us 2 wire relays, and then if we toss this in there again to get a bit more wire, we should be able to run the wire between the 2 relays. Is that the wrong wire? I made the wrong wire, but I think I need this anyway to make the connectors. Because I made 2 relays, so let's make a pair of connectors. And now I just gotta heat up the copper, turn it into a sheet, and then try doing that instead with these wire cutters. Alright, made up a replacement ingot, double ingot for the copper one we lost before. Let's see if this works. Okay, so that makes that copper wire. Ah, it takes a double ingot to make the single copper wire. Oh. Well, the windmill's not visible, but it's working since that just got a ton of FE. Of course, I can't get the cable to connect with a wire coil. Wait. Am I being a dumb? Yep, I did a dumb. And does that work? Yes! So now that will transfer the power that we're creating from the dynamo and the windmill, which we cannot see, to here. It's not currently transferring for one reason or another. That's how you do it. And breaking the connector will give you the wire back. Yeah, I filled up fast. So, oh, you know what? That doesn't have anything to output to, and that's why it's probably not filling up with energy. If I connected this to something that uses FE, the bar would fill up, I think. And if I touch that, I might take damage. Yes, I did. I didn't know if I would because it doesn't look like there's power transferring, but clearly there is. Yay, we have power. And an invisible windmill. But let's look at the bright side. We have power. Which means that I can now craft that... How do I keep forgetting what it's called? Electric motor. Connect this here. The connector to the wire motor. Electric motor. And then connect all the create stuff to a power system coming off of the electric motor. And so what I'm going to want to do, and this is very much what I did in both my first TerraFirmaCraft series and my Vault Hunter series, is we're going to have everything in segments. So we're going to have like a main power line coming off of the electric motor, which will then split using a clutch. We'll have the clutch coming off of the main line, and that way we can turn off individual units that we want. It also means in the future we can make redstone links and wirelessly turn on and off different components in our create setup. But we'll have a main power line running through here, probably using encased chain drives. I like the encased chain drives. They allow you to first off carry everything in one direction, but you can then change the direction of one of them and it will still carry the power through, so you can use the chain drives to split off without having to make gearboxes, which would then change the orientation of the rotation. So yeah, it just makes it so much easier. So we're going to be making chain drives, which are thankfully very easy. Shaft on andesite casing. We're going to run that along probably the ground and run it to each of our different crate things. We're going to call it an end here for today. It took me a long time to get that set up, longer than it should have, but hey, I'm going to start making all the create stuff we need to run the power along, and then we'll start setting up each of our different modules. That's what we'll do next time. We'll also see if we can't get the seared bricks made so we can make the Tinker's Construct stuff. Until then, thank you for joining me today. Hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.